Hey guys, I'm Dee Harris. Welcome to another episode of Hanging Out with Dee. And today I'm hanging out with my new friend Tina. She is a business consultant, a motivational speaker, an author, and I have her cool new book, Polished, Filing Away at Life's Truths. Very, very beautiful, very inspiring woman. And she has accomplished so many things. We're going to go into that a little further on in the show. Thank you for coming all the way from New York.
My pleasure, Dee.
So tell me about your childhood, where you grew up.
Well, I grew up and I was born in Lower Manhattan on the Lower East Side until I was 11.
Yeah.
And then I find out, my mother says, we're moving. And at 11 years old, who wants to move?
Nobody
and
wants
I'm
to
saying, no, we can't go. Where are we going? What am I going to do with my friends?
Yes.
But we had to move, and we moved to Brooklyn. And we moved to a project in Brooklyn called the Marlborough Projects.
Which you said was beautiful.
Dee, I thought I was going to the country.
Oh,
it was gorgeous. The first year we were there, they put a picnic in the middle of the parking lot with everybody from the projects.
Oh, beautiful.
It was great.
Yeah.
And that's where I still am, in Brooklyn. Not in the Marlborough Projects, but in the Bensonhurst area, same area I grew up in.
Yeah, that's incredible. Incredible. You said that your grandparents also met in Manhattan.
Yes, they did. My mother's parents are both from Sicily.
Yes.
And they moved to New York they went from Sicily to Virginia, from Virginia to New York.
Yeah.
And my grandfather was he was a shoemaker.
Yeah.
And my father's parents are from Poland and the Ukraine.
Wow.
And they moved into the same building.
Unbelievable.
It turns out that my father's father was the super. And my father and his brother liked my mother.
Oh my goodness. A love triangle.
It really was. I didn't believe what I heard. But my Uncle Mike was older than my father and said, Joe, you like Virginia, and I like Virginia, but you know what, Joe? I would like you to get to know her, and I will back off.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
That's how that happened. So they were all in the same building together.
Oh my goodness. That is a fantastic story. You talk about taking the train to school and how much you loved it.
Yes. I could not get into the school closer to the building I lived in. So my school was about, I don't even know if it was a mile and a half or whatever, but you couldn't walk. You could walk it if you wanted to, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I'd walk across the projects, get onto the N train, get off at, I'm trying to think, Bay Parkway or Avenue O, walk another 10 blocks.
Oh my
I thought it was 10 blocks.
That's how it felt.
Forever. And go to school. And it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really did.
That's awesome. And then your parents separated, right?
No, not
Did
at all.
they stay together?
They stayed together.
Okay, cool.
They stayed together.
You said you have fond memories of your dad in Pennsylvania and your aunt.
Well, my...
Cha-cha.
Yes, Cha-cha Mary.
Yes.
I used to go to Pennsylvania when I was about 2 years old, very little, with my Aunt Olga and Uncle Al. And my mother stayed home, but I went with them, and they would put me in these pretty dresses that my mother didn't have.
Yeah.
And I would go for Easter and play in the park and play in the backyard. But I kept going there until I was about 17 years old. I used to take the bus.
For many years.
To go there. I loved it. I loved Pennsylvania. It was absolutely beautiful. But one aunt lived in Northampton, and the other aunt lived in, oh gosh, I can't think of where, but she had a farm.
Yeah.
With cows and pigs and chickens and everything you do, and she made her own jam and her own... It was beautiful. A different world.
Beautiful.
Totally beautiful.
Yeah.
Totally beautiful.
Yeah. And you said your aunts were your mentors.
My Aunt Mary, yes, Cha-cha Mary, she guided me. She guided me. She was... My father's family were into the arts, which I didn't know when I was little, but they worked in the theater. My aunt and my father, they built the background, the stage,
very artistic.
the set. And my Aunt Mary was a seamstress. She made all my clothes.
Yes, you said she made you clothes for a year.
Yeah, she made my clothes. Every time I went, I got a new set of clothing for that year, for school or for whatever I was doing.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, it was great.
Very rich, very, very rich. What inspired you to get into the nail business?
I don't know. I had no intentions on getting into the nail business. I used to just do my nails like anybody. Well, no, not like anybody else.
Yes, most people are not as gifted.
I was married, and I would polish my nails, either one color. I would see something, put 2 colors on it, and one day I saw a design of a bumblebee. And I said, I think I could do that. So I went home, I got black, red, and white. Now, I didn't do paint, I used polish. So I painted a bumblebee design on my nail.
Yeah.
And I got carried away, I did all 10.
Oh my gosh.
And I went to school to pick up my son, and they saw my nails.
The moms.
Mm-hmm. And the mom said, Tina, who did that? I said, I did. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. No, you couldn't have. I did. I got carried away. Why? They're no good? And I went like this. And they said, no, they're perfect. Why don't you do nails?
Oh, wow. And that's how you got your start?
That's how it started, just by talking and people wanting to know who did it.
Unbelievable. And look at you now. You have several awards, trophies.
I'm very proud of
crowns,
those. It took a long time
medallions.
to do that. Yes.
You know, very, 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 very good. You said you've won over 15 trophies, including international competitions.
I started out competing in Manhattan first.
Yeah.
Because I liked what I saw, and I said, I'm going to try. Dee, I didn't win it the first time. I cried my eyes out. I really didn't know what to do. And I said, why did she win? She did stripes and stones.
Yeah.
I painted. Why can't I win?
Yeah.
Well, that gave me the incentive. And I kept going. Mm-hmm. And then there's an industry magazine called Nails Magazine and Nail Pro Magazine. So I did research. I would read, and they were having competition on the West Coast. So you had competition on the East Coast, competition on the West Coast. I said, I'm going to try the West Coast.
That's right.
Didn't win, but I said, I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
I took the East Coast first, for second and first place,
Good
and then I said, okay, let's go to the West Coast. And that's what I did. I lost the first time, went back. Second time, I won second place. The next time, I took first place.
You go, girl.
Yes, loved it.
What? We have to do it again.
It was great. It was great.
All right, guys, it's time for Dee's life questions. All right, Tina. What do you know for sure, Mon? You said God is on your side.
I know nothing for sure, but lately, I've never felt so much spirituality as I have since I've written my book. And God has really placed things in my life that I never expected. I'm here, aren't I?
Yes.
He put me here.
Absolutely.
And He helped me grow. And He helped me write my book. And He helped me win my trophies. So He's there. He'll never leave me. And I really believe that.
I love that. You say God has laid out your life.
Yes, and I actually see certain things that are happening and they're coming true that I can't believe, but I accept them.
Absolutely.
However they come, I accept them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said, don't be jealous, Mon. Stop it, Mon. You said, just choose what you want to do.
A lot of people want to do things, and they don't know if they should do it. So they sit back and watch what someone else does, and they go, but why is she doing it? Why can't I?
Exactly.
And the jealousy starts, and from jealousy you can go to envy, which is not very nice. Jealousy can be healthy, depending if it takes you to your next step in life.
Absolutely.
But not envy.
Yeah.
So jealousy, if you make it work for you, it'll work. It'll be good. It maybe make you grow.
It can motivate you to your next step.
Correct.
That's interesting.
So sometimes you can be. If it wasn't for some jealousies, let's put it that way, that's the best way to say it, I wouldn't have gone after my first place trophy. I told the girl that won the year before, and I looked straight at her, and I said, I'm taking your trophy next year.
You did?
Yep. And she just looked at me, and she said, okay. And I did.
Game
I
on.
took the trophy next year. And that's how it happened.
Yeah.
I wanted it. And there was a slight bit, not envy, a slight bit of jealousy. I kept saying, why can't I? Why can't I? So I perfected, and I took it.
Absolutely. I love that. All right, guys. It's time for I Don't Like That Man. Okay, what gets on your last nerve, Tina? You said people who talk about what they want to do and never do it.
Yes, that bothers me immensely. I have some friends
Yes.
that want to do so much, and they can do it, but they only talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do it. They don't want to get off their bum
Yes.
and find a way to do it. It's always an excuse. It's always, I don't know, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you did it. I don't know how you did it. I said, I don't know how I did it either.
You just did it.
I just did it. I wanted something. I looked at it. Why can't I have it? No one stops you.
Mm-hmm.
You stop yourself.
Absolutely.
And that bothers me immensely. And I have a few clients that I go through that. And I say to them, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not sure. And after a while I say, okay, that's it. I back off. I don't go any further.
Yeah, because you can't make people do
No.
what they don't want to do.
No.
All right, guys. It's time for What in the World? All right. What in the world is going on with what, Tina? You said politics in America.
Politics doesn't know what they want to do. They really don't. There's so much bickering among themselves as well.
Absolutely.
They really don't know. I'm so tired of all of this. There's got to be a way that we could all get along, that we could all be at peace with each other. And that's what prayer is for,
Yeah.
to try to make peace work. I know it's going to be hard. God gave us free will. But somewhere along the line, this has to get better.
Agreed.
Definitely. There's too much chaos in the world today.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good.
Not good, Mom.
Not good, Mom.
No. And I love when you say, why throw all the garbage in the ocean and then eat the fish? Why throw the garbage in the ocean and eat the fish, Mom?
I mean, after all the years of people doing it, you'd think they would stop. And
That's
they're
so
still
powerful.
doing it, and you keep hearing about it. It's still going, and then they want us to eat the fish.
We don't like that, Mom.
No. I mean, you know, and the fish are eating all these things that aren't healthy for them, so we don't want to eat the fish anymore.
I know, that's powerful. I never thought of that before you said it. That's some deep stuff.
Yeah.
That's some deep stuff. All right, guys, it's time for Say What? Okay, guys. Tina, international, highly acclaimed, very respected nail artist, is going to do my nails live. She's going to paint on one of my nails. And then we're going to talk about, you know, some motivational stuff, some things that she's learned along the way that she wants to teach us. Okay, Tina, you said life isn't easy. Why do you say life isn't easy?
Because it isn't. It's not meant to be.
That's right.
Not at all. You have to work for what you want. It's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter.
Yeah.
You have to work for what you want to get, where you want to go, what you want to be. And you know what? It can be fun.
That's positive stuff. And you said that you were abused as a child.
I was by my uncle,
Yeah.
and I never talked about it, but I do now.
Yeah.
But I had to learn another thing that God teaches us. You have to learn to forgive.
Yeah.
You can forgive. You'll never forget, but you can forgive, and you have to learn that. And I did. And I think when I learned it, life became easier, believe it or not.
When you learned to forgive?
Yep.
What does forgiveness mean to you?
Forgiveness means you could look at the person and say you still love them. You don't like what they did.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like how they treated you.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they didn't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
So you forgive them and you walk away with a better feeling inside. You no longer have pain, sorrow.
Connected with what they did to you.
Correct.
And how do you do that? What's your process for forgiving? Do you pray a lot? Do you just kind of think, you know, maybe the person didn't know any better? How do you get to the place where you can forgive what happened?
I do all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I pray a lot. I ask God to help me forgive, to understand why, even though sometimes I cannot understand why.
Yeah.
But if I do not forgive, I will not grow.
Absolutely.
I will not go to the next step.
So it's a gift that you give yourself as
Correct.
well. Mm-hmm.
And then you learn to use it with other people as you go along.
Yeah. You say, no matter what you've been through, you've been given something. What does that mean?
I've been given faith, spirituality, love, to grow forward,
Mm-hmm.
to meet people,
Mm-hmm.
to motivate people, which I love doing.
Yeah.
Those are the things I have learned in life. It's not easy, but that's okay.
You can do it.
Yes, I can.
You said work it. What does work it mean?
Work it means get up and do what
Get
it
up
is
off
you
your
want to
butt,
do off
Mom.
your butt, because if you don't, you're not going to go anywhere. You have a right to sit back and relax and think about things. But the other thing is, I've learned to do a lot of reading. And that has gotten me through everything.
You finished?
I finished that one.
Oh my goodness. We don't have, I don't think we have enough time for the other one. We'll start it though. You said, I just did it. What does that mean?
I don't question what I have to do.
You don't-
I decide I want to do it. I'm going to do it. So I make the phone call. I get online. Or I make a phone call. Or I send an email. And I get an answer. Or I don't get an answer. And I keep going. That's exactly how I led my life. I've led my life by just doing what I want to do. No matter what it was I wanted to do. I did acting the same way.
Yes, talk about that. Talk about your business and acting and all of that.
When I was working for a bank, a friend of mine asked me to join him and audition for the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. And I said, I can't do that. And he goes, why not? So I go home, mention it to my husband. He turns around and says, you make money. You want to go? Go. So I went, I auditioned. I was told, come on, let's go. I went, I graduated with a degree, and I was an actress for 7 years. Owned my own theater group, children's theater group, and that's what helped me grow my business and talk to people.
Mm-hmm. So you've always been like a go-getter.
Always, without even knowing it. Even when I was little, I didn't even realize it.
Mm-hmm. What would you say to women who have gone through divorce? Because you've gone through divorce. You're going through like shoulder surgery, you're just recovering. What would you say to women or a man who is looking at you right now, looking for something to motivate them?
It's not easy. I've gone through my own drama.
Yeah.
I allow myself to go through the drama. After I go through it... and
That's very powerful. So you don't fight the process.
Right.
You allow yourself to experience all that goes with it.
You have to. You have to. If you don't do it, you're not going to go to the next step. So I learned a long time ago, when you're feeling it, go into the mirror, look into the mirror, because I felt that way when I lost my dad.
Yeah.
And I just looked in the mirror and I said, Tina, what are you doing to yourself? You have to move on. You have to grow.
You speak to yourself.
Correct.
Powerful.
And that's what I did. And I still do it, even after surgery.
You talk to yourself.
I talk to myself and I say, I can't. I allow myself to feel my feelings. You can't ignore what you're feeling. Dee, if you ignore it, you're not going to go to the next step.
Absolutely.
Eventually you'll get over it. Eventually you'll get through it. But you must face what you're feeling now.
Absolutely.
And then the next step, this was my next step. I'm here. Surgery is done. I'm still in pain, but I'm here.
You're here.
And that's all that matters.
Fantastic. Guys, look at my nails. We can get a close-up of my nails. So beautiful. Thank you. And how fast was that? That was like 5 minutes.
I think it was. I'm not even sure. I
Yeah.
didn't time us. I hope someone did.
Beautiful. I will treasure this. Thank you so much.
It'll last you for about a month if you choose to.
So I'm hanging out with my friend Farrol. I like to tell the story of how my water broke in our house. Very scary, but it binds us together. With my first son.
And her children.
Yes. So she's going to show us how she makes her famous avocado dip, which we love. So go for it, Farrol.
All right, this is a good Cinco de Mayo dip. I'm all about healthy food, no preservatives, no additives, don't like salt, and I definitely don't like refined sugar. So there's 3 items. That's all you need for this dip. It is 4 diced avocados, an 8-ounce block of feta cheese. I like the cheese in a block because it's more moist. I don't, crumbled cheese is dry. And 24 ounces of fresh salsa. This is not the salsa on a shelf. This is the salsa that's in a refrigerated section of your store.
Okay.
And the important thing with this salsa, you can do it to your own taste, whether it's mild, medium, or hot. This happens to be 12 ounces of mild and 12 ounces of medium, because I'm a wimp when it comes to spicy food. And
That's too funny.
the only thing you have to remember to do is drain that salsa. You want all that liquid out of that salsa, and you want to keep that liquid, and it's good for stocks and soups and whatever, but it's not good in this dip. So you want to get that salsa as dry as you can. Mix them together, and you have your avocado dip. I like chips that have a lot of protein in them, that are not just corn and flour. So this is a black bean chip, and this is beets and carrots and dip.
Very healthy.
Yeah, there's vegetables in there.
Yeah.
It's easy to make. It's just a few seconds, and it's good on a scoop on a salad. And if you have any leftover, I've never had any leftover, but if you have any leftover, the next morning you can get up, add some scrambled eggs to it, some black beans, and make yourself some fabulous burritos.
Very nice. Thank you. That was simple. Yes. Come on over here, Tina. Let's eat some food, Mom. All right. Aha. Aha. Okay. Let's tell our friends at home how it tastes.
And it's good for you.
Very, very good.
Thank you.
All right, guys. One love. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
It's healthy for you.